So I'm going to review Sean Pierce next. He was one of Fiona's boyfriends and the manager of the diner. I liked Sean at first. I did. I liked that he wasn't falling into Fiona's bullshit, even though he had a huge crush on her. Like, he wanted to fuck her. He wasn't falling into her bullshit. But I think this is when he slipped and he started doing drugs again. Don't worry, you're fine. At this point, February 7th, I am 21 weeks pregnant, diagnosed hyperretention, chronic severe hyperretention, and a few other things. But he is kicking up a storm every time I start doing anything. So, everything is hard. But, anyway, like I was saying, Sean. I think that's about the time when Sean started doing drugs again, is when he finally gave in and slept with Fiona. They don't straight out admit it, and he does admit that he did slip once, but I think he was doing it the entire time and only confessed the one time. I could be wrong, but it just seemed like his personality took a major change before he saw the drugs. I believe in, I don't remember her name, the needle in her arm, and he admits that he said he wanted to do it. He wanted to see if there's any left in the needle. But I can't remember. I know he said he slipped after that, but I feel like he slipped around that time because that's around the time when he started messing with Fiona. And I don't know if his probation required drug testing. I don't think it did because he didn't get caught when he slipped. He just kind of confessed to it, you know? So I guess it didn't, but snores, I love snores. What was I saying? Oh, like I said, I believe around the time he slipped is when he started messing with Fiona because his personality changed. He was going strong, and he was like avoiding all bad things that would mess him up. And Fiona was one bad thing that would mess him up. And you could say, oh, well, she changed. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. She is still a terrible person, especially for a recovering addict. I'm sorry, but she is not a positive thing in an addict's life. She's gonna bring them down because of all the drama in her life. And then they're set to get married. He proposes in like the cutest little way, not like flowers and candy way, but like in a courthouse while she's divorcing her ex kind of way. So they rush a marriage, which I think they should have slowed down and planned out more, which leads to Frank getting involved and him getting into a fight with Sean, and that's when they find out that Sean is still on drugs. Ow. But anyway, Sean is still on drugs, and it was such a devastating kick to the balls because I think he could have been such a great character, and it was ruined because he couldn't stay clean. And I said this before on some character opinion videos, I wish they would have shown better representation for addicts recovering. Like, even when it came to Jody's sex addiction, they showed him recovered, but then they showed him giving in very quickly with Sheila. The only person who recovered from an addiction, so to speak, is Lip with his alcoholism, but I don't feel like it counted for Lip. Yes, of course it all counts when somebody recovers, but he wasn't as hard of a user as Sean or Frank or Monica. Like, I wish they would have showed one of them getting clean and staying clean and doing that, especially because like it would have been a great turnaround to see Monica staying clean. I still feel like her character had to die, but I think it would have been a great thing to see her character get clean and then maybe just die of like a medical issue or an accident or something along those lines because of the fact that she was the first one to dip on her kids. Anyway, let me get back to Sean. I just wish the show had better representation of recovery. So yeah, I think Sean could have been a good character, but they ruined it by having him relapse and taking the whole ship down with him, so to speak. So what are your thoughts on Sean Pierce from Shameless. Please comment, like, subscribe, and let me know what you think.